Hello, Young Life community. My name is Dave Hansen. I was the area director here in the late 80s and early 90s, and just have such great fond memories of Young Life. I think it's probably in my blood because I was raised in the house of a Young Life, volunteer Young Life leader, Leonard Hansen, who started Young Life here in Tulare County in 1952. He was only about 7 years after World War II, where he was a former vet and actually a POW in Germany. So he was only about 29, 30 years old when Jim Rayburn, the founder of Young Life, got a hold of him and said, Leonard, you need to reach kids at your local high school for Jesus Christ. You know, Young Life is not full of special people. It's full of people that love Jesus, that want to reach students, high school kids, for Christ. And so my dad went back to a Young Life camp in Colorado for 1 week, came back out and started Young Life here in Tulare County in Woodlake in 1952. Dad passed away a few years ago, and he left this little book that we found of a record of his first clubs in his first few years. And he typed everything out. He loved to get behind his typewriter. He's a very fast typer. So he typed out his notes. And this was a record of the first club in Tulare County, November 24th, 1952, at the Harvey's house. 48 kids came. And he said, one of the first lines was, "What is Young Life Club?" Well, first of all, he said, it's a club that anyone can go to, not a part of school. It's going to be after school in the evenings, but there's two requirements. You have to be young and you have to be alive. And if you fill those requirements, you're welcome. And in this first club talk, he talks about the Bible, and he talks about the biggest questions that we have in life. Questions like, where did I come from? What am I here for? And where do I go from here? And that began the adventure of Young Life in Tulare County, 1952. And about 11 years later, Young Life International put out an article on Dad. And you can see here that he was a cattle rancher, a life insurance salesman, a real estate broker. Those might have been ways that he made a living, but his heart was really to share the gospel with kids. Actually, when he was piloting a plane and his plane was shot down and it was on fire and he's coming down, he prayed one of those prayers that you pray in a foxhole: God, if you get me out of this, I'll serve you the rest of my life. And he really did. He gave the rest of his life and dedicated it to his service. And I'm pretty proud of him for that. But, you know, it's great taking a look back. But to me, the most important thing is looking forward. And what I see today, the confidence that I have in Clark and AJ and his team, and in Karen and Brianna and their team, I am confident that Young Life is in good hands as we move forward. They just continue, you and I can continue to be a part of this by praying for the ministry, by supporting it financially, by seeing if there's places that we can volunteer or know people that can volunteer, because Young Life's best days are ahead. I'm excited for it.